Hey, so I thought I'd reflect on my time in Hong Kong and Macau. So I'm actually still in Hong Kong right now. You can see. So, so I'm in Hong Kong. My hotel is just across the street over there. We're getting ready to leave. We go to the airport here in probably an hour. So, and normally I'd make these videos when I get back, or I shouldn't say when I get back, when I get to the next city. Oh, my camera's about to fall over. But normally I'd make these more like when I got back or when I got to the next city and I had a little bit more time to kind of stew or marinate on what I had just been through, what I just seen. Been through is probably the wrong word. Been through sounds like it's like the trial, the gauntlet I succumbed to. But but since I'm going back to America today, I feel like I'm gonna be so busy when I get back. I got so many comic auctions to catch up on. I have to tally and get packages shipped, eBay packages shipped, plus just all the normal rigmarole of getting back into the States. I'm going to have my hands full. So I keep moving my camera closer, not because I want to be more intimate, but because I think it's going to fall over. And then you put my foot on it. So Hong Kong and Macau. If you saw my video reflect on Guangzhou, my time in Guangzhou, I spoke about Hong Kong briefly there. Hong Kong it's been great. The people here have been really nice. I'm not saying everyone's like this overly bubbly, friendly people, but they are welcoming. And when you go in to buy something from them, they for the most part, they're not like, figure it out. And then you can order something. It's like, hey, here's how you do it, basically. They give you a menu. They basically facilitate your ability to buy food from them, and which is not really the case of Guangzhou. At least it didn't feel like it. And that's just my take. And I'm not saying it's a universal thing. Maybe it's places I went to. Hong Kong, besides the fact they speak English everywhere here, or at least enough of it that you can get by. And again, that's not a condemnation on Guangzhou. So I don't feel like you have to know, like, you should have to facilitate or be responsible for knowing a foreign language in order for people to buy from you, right? Who in America does that? You can't. Somebody from Guangzhou can't go into America and into a shop and be like, hey, you figure out I'm speaking Chinese. So I give them credit, right? But as a traveler, I'm not, of course, I love being in local places, but I'm not immune to the frustrations of if I can't communicate at all with you, even through very simplified whatever words I can come up with or what it makes it difficult. And so Guangzhou was very much like that for us, especially for myself and for my wife. So Hong Kong, lots of people, we can get by. Just like when I'm in Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, we can get by enough gestures, enough simplified words on each side of the table that we can get by with ordering food, getting around. And Guangzhou is hard. So Hong Kong very much is a city. It's a very international city. It feels like. So you see people from everywhere. They embrace international travelers. It feels like a little bit more, a lot more. So our hotel was an amazing spot. We're over here on the island. The MTR is like literally you walk out the door, you walk across the street, you're in the MTR. So we take the MTR everywhere, and it's a super. Out of all the MTRs we've taken, we've used them Thailand, Singapore, Taipei, Tokyo, I think Malaysia. We've used a lot of MTRs. The Hong Kong MTR, hands down the easiest to understand, easiest to follow, to get where you're going. Love the MTR. We've used it multiple times every day, and really hardly ever had a hiccup or a snafu. So getting around's been easy. People have been great. Weather's been fantastic because it's been overcast and it rained a little bit here and there, but nothing ever got us going. Good food, lots of different options. The only complaint I would have about Hong Kong is it is expensive. It's like Tokyo. It's I mean, the food. The first day we walked across the street. We were walking to look for some food because we'd been traveling all day, and we saw this little tea shop called Kung Fu Tea, which I thought was like, oh, got to get something for Kung Fu Tea. That's just rad. And May was like, oh, let's get that pineapple black tea, and I was like, oh, sweet. And I looked up and it was like 60 Hong Kong dollars, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I started doing the math. I'm like, that's almost $10 for tea. And so we were both like, no, let's just go down here. And we found the next one is like a fruit tea. It's like a lemon tea because May has been drinking lemon tea. She has been a peach and lemon tea fanatic since we got over this time. It was like 22, and I was like, oh, that's a way better price. That's still $3. Now, $3. You're watching the states. You get $3 for an iced tea. That's not a bad deal. It is not. $3 for an iced tea if you're like in Thailand or Cambodia or Vietnam. That's highway robbery, and that's obviously this is not Thailand. This is not Cambodia. This is not Vietnam. But you still have that mentality when you travel Southeast Asia. It really feels you get in that mindset of like how much you get sticker shock easily when you go to places because Guangzhou wasn't as expensive. Guangzhou was only an hour train ride from here, but Guangzhou was it wasn't Thailand prices, but it was very affordable. Hong Kong very expensive. We went to breakfast this morning and we got a piece of French toast and just the French toast, with some butter and some condensed milk on it, some peanut butter toast, and two lemon teas. And it was 88 Hong Kong dollars. 88 Hong Kong dollars is about $12. $12 for a piece of French toast and a piece of toast and two drinks. That's not quite American prices, but it's definitely not a lot of the Southeast Asia prices. So, and if you look at how much they make here, a median, I don't know how people. That's tough to survive on what you make here. But, anyways, I'm not saying the prices are bad. I'm just saying coming from all the places the rest of our trip, very much a sticker shock here. I had great food still. The double skim milk, the egg tarts. I had an egg tart. I've had a lot of egg tarts. I didn't save myself. I've been passing up egg tarts all trip until we got to Hong Kong because I knew I was going to eat egg tarts here. And I've had some great ones. Macau style I like the best. They're the ones that have like the caramelized top. I had one this morning that was a cheese egg. I saw it in the window and I went in there and she was like, she kind of like, sure? And I was like, yeah, let me try that one. Like, she says cheese. And I'm like, and cheese is like when they say egg or cheese here, it can mean a lot of different things. Cheese can mean cheese. Like literally, this is just like cheese on top of like a sweet, or it can mean like a cream cheese. And so I was like, I'm just going with it. And it was like a cream cheese on top of an egg tart, and it was the best egg tart I've had here, and I've had quite a few. So a lot of good food, great food tour. Yesterday we went to Macau, which is our 15th country. And yeah, I count them. I count countries. There was a time in my life where, growing up the way I grew up, never imagined. That's why one of the biggest reasons I went in the Marine Corps. I signed up my junior year of high school because I wanted to see the world. And I went in the Marine Corps. I went to Hong Kong and Japan, Okinawa. Sorry, bus is going by a bus depot. I went to these places, but I never thought I'd travel. So when a few years back, when we decided, I Googled, hey, how expensive is to go to Vietnam? And they're like, it's one of the most cheap places in the world. I was like, what? And so ever since then, we've been on this travel, and we've gone since that day, and that was probably 3 years ago. We've been to probably 10, 12 countries, and we're going to more next year. So I do count it. Macau, just like Hong Kong, I count as a different country. I know in the list of countries it is not. It is a SAR, a special administrative region of China. But they are such opposite cultures. They are not the same. Like, you go from China, you come to Hong Kong, you go to Macau. They are, yes, China, they're part of China. And plus, you have to go through immigration customs to go to both. And in my book, anytime that I go through immigration or customs into a country, and when I go out, I'm counted as a country. So technically, I don't think they are, but I'm counting. Anyways, Macau. We went to Macau. We went to Team Labs Super Nature, which is like Team Labs, like this interactive art type thing. It's really amazing. We went to in Tokyo. So they dropped us off at the Venetian, Macau, which is a massive casino. And we spent almost an hour trying to find it. That's how big this hotel is. It just has endless shops, stores, restaurants. They have an indoor canal with like gondolas, a fake sky on the ceiling. We walked, and oh my god, we walked over a mile in the hotel just trying to get to where the team lab spot was. I am not joking. The over the top opulence and abundance. May thought it was amazing. I thought it was kind of gross because I was like, why do we need? I'll take a normal hotel, but. And then after that, we took a cab and we went down to where St. Paul's ruins are. We went to this shop that makes really good pork cutlet bun. Amazing. It was a pineapple bun cut in half with a breaded fried pork chop in it. So juicy, so amazing. We got this jerky. Macau makes this amazing, sticky, tender, just jerky is crazy. And we got more egg tarts, and they were good. And then we walked to St. Paul's, the ruins of St. Paul, which is a church that burned down, and just the very front of the church is left because it was stone. The rest of it was all wood. It's all gone. Macau, first of all, it's too busy for us. Very touristy. I mean, the streets are chock full of tourists. Super busy. Not horrible. It's just it's not our vibe. It's like, and Macau's like the Vegas of China, and it's very much like that vibe. So we didn't mind Macau. We were really happy we went. You know, and it's not like just like jump on it. It's like it takes 2.5 hours or so to get there. You got to go on a bus or a ferry, and you got to go through. You got to stop on the way there. You stop to go through immigration. You get off. You go through immigration. Get out of Hong Kong, and then you drive a little farther, and you stop and get out and go through immigration to go into Macau, and you do the same process to get back. So you're talking a good 5 hours a day or more we spent to go there, and we were only there, to be honest, 3 or 4 hours at the most. It was enough for us. We went to the team labs. We enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun. And then we got the food we wanted to see. We saw some stuff. The cathedral, you could take pictures, but there's so many people. It was just social influencers in the wild. There was IG showed up photo shoots everywhere. So the gram, I don't know what you kids call it. Stuff slapping, slaps. I don't know. But you kids, I like I say that, you kids. I'm so old. But we're glad we went. We've walked a lot. Hong Kong's another city like Tokyo, where we put on 4 to 5 or more miles a day, which isn't good. May's, my wife's, she's got a number of physical issues, severe physical issues too. So, and they've been acting up. So she's been amazing how tough she is compared to me. Like I get down, my feet are like, oh, my feet hurt, and like her whole body is just like a temple of pain. So the fact that she's pushed through, and she can't have all her medication she normally takes for her pain here in Asia, especially in these countries. So the fact that she's made it through 7 weeks of this is just a testament to the strength that the reservoir strength that she taps into on a daily basis. So overall, I've enjoyed Hong Kong. I came to Hong Kong 1994 with the Marine Corps. My mindset obviously is just I went to Tokyo then, very different. I want to get off the boat. I wanted to go eat McDonald's. I wanted to go find girls. I didn't care about local food. I don't think I hardly ate any local food in either place. I ate Pizza Hut. I ate McDonald's. So obviously over the 30-some years, my appreciation and my desire and my curiosity has vastly changed. Am I a different person? Not really. I really think if you talk to people that I went to high school with, or even younger, I don't know anybody that I've known for a significant amount of time and through my earlier years would, if you ask them how different I am now, and I see most of my friends, a lot of them are very different, but for some reason, I'm very much the same person. My beliefs haven't really changed. My interests, I mean, I loved The Little Mermaid when I was a teenager, and I got a Little Mermaid tattoo still. I mean, I got as 50 years old, you see it there. I mean, Conan, I still love Conan. I still love Dungeons and Dragons. Um, Still love football, basketball. I'm one of those nerdy jock type guys in high school where I played sports, but I played the hell out of Dungeons and Dragons type of thing. My music tastes, they're just as eclectic as ever. So my eating habits have vastly changed. I was a very much vegetable-wise is potatoes and corn. That was pretty much it my first 30 years or so more life, and now I will try just about everything. There's still stuff I don't like. Broccoli is the most disgusting, foul thing still. Not a cauliflower fan still, but there's so many things. Just this trip, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna start eating tomatoes like on cheeseburgers, and I just did it, and I like this. I haven't done that my entire life. I'm 52. So all the time I decided, but so now coming back to these cities, a roundabout way of saying this, coming back to these cities, it's been eye-opening because my palate, I don't eat Western food when I'm in this, unless my wife orders Western food from time to time while we're traveling. I don't. I have no desire to eat Western food. When I plan on moving over here, it'll be interesting because I wonder how much I'll miss the States because I'll miss people. I don't feel like I'll miss anything in the States. And food, I don't get any hankerings. I'll be over here for 7 weeks at a time, and I never, like, oh, I want a cheeseburger or a piece of pizza. I don't know why. Not like a snobbish thing. It's just, I don't know why. I like what's around me. But anyways, I'm happy I came to Hong Kong, Macau. I love Hong Kong. I would come back here if I had more money. But it's not somewhere I'm going to go out of my way to, just because it is expensive. I like the food and transportation, but there's so many other places I can go that are cheaper. It's just like China. I would come back to China if I could go to Beijing or maybe Shanghai because I would like to go to the Great Wall. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go to them. Macau, I don't think I'd ever go back. There's no reason to for me. I don't gamble. I don't really do the rest of it. The pork cutlet bun was good and the egg tart's good, but they're not. And the jerky's good, but it's not. Come back to Macau good. So I loved them though. I'm so happy I went. Macau is one of those things. I had an extra day to this trip because I was like, why not go to Macau? Yeah, it'll cost a couple $100, round trip with tickets and all that kind of stuff. But you get to see another culture. It is different than Hong Kong. It looks different. The people, the way they treat you there, and from our perspective, for the limited interaction we had, there wasn't in the hotel because the hotel they're ridiculously nice. But the limited interaction we had, it was somewhere landed between Guangzhou and Hong Kong. So not like the nicest, but not like the most standoff. So it was fun. So yeah, I'll probably make one more video here reflecting on the trip on its entirety. But buses are loud. The tram's going by too. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.